on, man.
Tough game here, and here is RG3. He's going to run for the first down, and still on his feet. RG3 is going to outrace everybody. Can't wait.
Everybody get up.
And welcome to the BS Report here on WICR, Live 365, and on Ustream. John Stanko here with Kevin Bartnett. How you doing, Kevin?
Good.
Just good?
Good.
Just good? Nothing else? Just good?
Good.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I am doing great.
That's why I just saved it for the build-up for you, because I know.
I am doing absolutely wonderfully fantastic.
Yes.
Because the past 2 days, as a Boston fan, as a New England sports fan, have been out of this world.
I can't say the same.
Unfortunately, you cannot. No, you cannot.
Out of this world. Talk to me, Stanko. Talk to me.
Let's begin Sunday. We had the huge game against the New England Patriots against the New Orleans Saints. And I'm on the record as saying I thought the Saints were going to win.
We both did.
We both did.
Yeah.
And the majority of people had the Saints winning, and with good reason, because the Saints had looked great. But then Bill Belichick shuts down Jimmy Graham with Aqib Talib. Aqib Talib, who played great, and then didn't even play in the second half due to injury.
What do you make of the rumors? Just so we don't have to, because we have a lot to talk about. Just right now, what do you make about the rumors that Graham was hurt all of a sudden?
You know what? If he got banged up, fine. I mean, I don't think they're gonna use that as a cop out.
Right.
You're
in there. You got to do your job. It's that simple.
You do your job, and don't say he's hurt because he wasn't hurt the first 5 weeks. So,
right.
But the Bill Belichick with phenomenal coaching job gets them to 5-1 on the last 73 seconds, in which my heart was racing faster than I can remember, and then the pass to Kendall Tompkins, beautiful pass after he threw a bad interception before the 2-minute warning Brady did. I'm going to tell you right now, I had people knocking on my door in my dorm room asking if I was okay because I just went absolutely bonkers.
Reminded me of those 2 Super Bowl drives by Eli Manning.
I knew you were going to say that, but guess what? It did, because that was
masterful.
He
wasn't looking
gorgeous.
Good. He looked bad in the 2 drives before it. So, I didn't watch the game live. I did watch it on replay though.
You missed out.
I watched it on replay though. I was able to catch up for it. You know, the NFL Network is a very clutch network when you do need to catch up on some NFL highlights. So they come more in handy than ESPN. But I'd say I was masterful by the great number 12. I just call him number 12 now.
You just call him number 12? Yeah. I just call him God.
Yeah. But, you know, number 12 was masterful, a.k.a. Tom Brady TV. You know, the
God.
handsome man, whatever people want to refer to him as.
The hair connoisseur.
The hair connoisseur, exactly. He was masterful, though, and that was just vintage Tom Brady doing what he does best. And you know, sometimes people forget that that at one point he was known for being a clutch quarterback in his career.
He hasn't been.
People are forgetting that. Lately, you know, he hasn't really stepped up in the playoffs. But you know what? I think that game was a vintage Tom Brady performance.
And that was the second time this year he had to lead a comeback. Week 1, he had to lead one against the Bills, and he did in Ralph Wilson Stadium. So you know what? The Patriots, I think this is an absolutely huge win.
Huge win. Statement win.
Patriots.
But they did just get some bad news, though.
They got Gerard Mayo,
leader of that defense,
possibly out for the year.
I heard it was confirmed that he is out for the year.
I only got reported. I only got rumored.
That defense has looked phenomenal this year.
You lose Gerard Mayo and Vince Wilfork out for the season.
For a Patriots defense who had not been that great over the past few years until this year, they've been phenomenal.
Yes.
They've been phenomenal this year. The past 5 years, they've been very so-so, not so good. Mm-hmm. Those were 2 consistent mainstays of that defense. Yep. Those are big losses for them.
They are absolutely huge losses. Dante Hightower's going to have to really step up for the Patriots now at linebacker.
Chandler Jones is going to have to get his pass rushing on big time. You guys took him in the first round for reasons. So
I mean, he did. I think he did have a couple sacks against the Saints, including that big one on 3rd down. Drew Brees tried the bootleg. I don't know why you tried the bootleg with Drew Brees to get a first down.
You got to throw the defense off guard every once in a while. You don't fool Belichick. No, it's that simple.
I think with the injury to Gerard Mayo and Vince Wilfork, it's going to be testing Bill Belichick's coaching prowess defensively, and it's going to be a test to him. But he showed that I think the loss of Vince Wilfork was, I think, at time highlighted against the Saints. They had over 100 rushing yards in the second half, and Darren Sproles did run free a bunch of times, same with Pierre Thomas. But the Patriots, with that win, cemented themselves as one of the best teams in the NFL.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Now, with that, though, how far do you still have the New Orleans Saints as a top 5 team in the NFL?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go right into my power rankings. I think number 1, I guess you have to put Denver in right now, but I just think actually when you look at overall body of work, the Chiefs probably have a better resume of the teams they played. They might have a better resume actually.
Well, then again, who do you take in a game? Denver or Kansas City?
Exactly, that's the point.
Exactly.
That's the point. But I can't wait till they play.
Oh, it's gonna be
they play
great.
twice this
It's
year.
week 11.
People forget sometimes they are in the same division.
It's week 11 they play though.
I thought it was week 9 that they play, but
We'll check that out right now.
I thought it was week 9. I have the schedule right in front of me here, so I got it. They do not. It is week 11. You're correct. I apologize there. But I can't wait till they play. But right now, though, when you're looking at overall body of work, I mean, I think Kansas City has honestly actually played better football.
Okay, you still have to put Denver number 1.
You have to, obviously, because Peyton Manning, obviously. Number 2, you Kansas City.
Yep, hands down.
No, actually, yes, Kansas City. Number 3, the Seattle Seahawks. I do put the Seattle Seahawks. And then 4, you know what? 4, last week I had originally Seattle 2 and then Kansas City, but I'm just so impressed with the way Kansas City's playing, honestly.
Their defense and the way they close out games, phenomenal.
And they always start at 3 quarters, always close, and then just pull away in the 4th quarter. I didn't really think Denver looked too impressive against Jacksonville.
No, Jacksonville gave them a game.
Yeah,
I was very surprised.
So, Kansas City number 2, Seattle number 3, number 4, New England Patriots, number 5, the New Orleans Saints.
I have the exact same power rankings as you, my friend.
So, I mean, I think we're all in agreement. I mean, I think those are clear-cut the 5 best teams in football. If you were going into this week, I would have said the Indianapolis Colts were honestly a better team than the Patriots. But
until that was a tough loss
with that last loss, and then they play Denver this week.
Yeah, they're gonna get 2 straight losses. Now, granted, I'm really excited for that Colts Denver game.
I mean, yeah, Peyton Manning going back in Indianapolis. I mean, it's been controversy that the Colts are going to honor Peyton Manning. What do you make of that?
You know what? I don't have a problem with it.
I say save all the big time honoring for his jersey retirement. He's going to get number 18 retired in Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fact. But I mean, I think they're doing this kind of as a mind game to throw him off a little bit.
I don't think you can throw off Peyton Manning.
Because you saw in like the first half, obviously. Remember that rain delay in the Denver-Baltimore game? He did not have a good first half. He wasn't looking too good, honestly. But then he went on through, had the game of his life in the second half. I think they were trying to throw him off because he's a very guy who has the same routine every week from what I hear. And they may just be trying to throw him off his game. Like, he's got to pretend like he's happy that they're doing this for him, honestly. He's going to smile and everything. He's nothing but a class guy, but he's there to play football.
Yeah.
He's not there to have a big ceremony for him.
I don't have a problem with them showing a montage.
A montage is fine, saying thank you, Peyton, and everything. Yeah. Like, he deserves a standing ovation.
Just don't call him out to the middle of the field and have him stand there for applause.
It's been a controversy. It's been debated on ESPN a lot today, from what I've seen. So
no, you can give a montage. Give a nice little 5-minute montage of all his highlights.
Apparently, this thing is gonna be 22 minutes though.
What?
Yeah, 22-minute ceremony for him.
That's way over.
I'm saying this guy's gonna get his number retired. I think you should save a ceremony for when he retires. Obviously,
when he has a ceremony, the whole city's gonna shut down for when his number gets retired.
See, the thing is, I think what's weird about Peyton Manning is when he retires, if he wins a Super Bowl or 2 with the Broncos, which it looks like he can do. Do you remember him more as a Colt or a Bronco? That'll be tough, obviously.
I still remember him as a Colt. I'll still remember
because
him as
the Patriots and Colts rivalry. So yeah, I'm a Giants fan, so we don't have that obviously with the Colts, and I mean we have more of a rivalry with the Patriots. I mean, obviously our biggest AFC counterparts are the New York Jets, but
yep.
Speaking of the Jets, how about them losing to good call, Stanko? You called Pittsburgh. I've chosen the Jets in that game.
Yes.
That was the Jets that we are used to seeing. No offense, solid defense, but then the team pulls away from them in the late 4th quarter.
Yep.
And that was against a winless Pittsburgh Steelers team. And they looked like the Pittsburgh Steelers that we've seen for so many years.
That's the thing. Their offense looked good. The Jets' defense is great. You can't deny the Jets' defense is fantastic.
Very good defense, yeah.
But the Steelers' offense looked good, even without much of a running game. Ben Roethlisberger looked good. And
Antonio Brown has established himself as a go-to receiver.
Oh, yes. Fantastic. I think you could tell Cromartie was banged up. I called that, and
He did cost me fantasy points on that touchdown drop, though. I did win by a lot, though, so I didn't need Andrew Luck.
I won by like 0.8.
I was up by 37 going into last night with Andrew Luck, so I didn't even need Luck to have a good game, and he had his worst game of the season, so even though his receivers didn't help him out. But you know what? Do you think this is a step back for the Jets? Because they do play your New England Patriots this week.
You know what?
I think this is a step back for the New York Jets.
You think it's a step back?
I really do think it is a step back. They're coming off Atlanta. You're coming off a win at Atlanta. You're all pumped up. You're 3-2. Then you lose to the winless Pittsburgh Steelers at home. At home, my add. Losing in Pittsburgh is not a bad thing. I mean,
no.
Losing at home though to a winless team, even though you could say it's Pittsburgh, they hadn't won a game yet. They lost to teams like Minnesota. they were a winless team and they weren't playing good football at the time. Rex Ryan's making these excuses. Yeah, they had 2 weeks to prepare and all that stuff. No, Rex, you can't do that. They were a winless team for a reason. So,
Yeah. The way I see it,
and then
though,
they're playing your red hot New England Patriots right now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. I mean, and they haven't beaten the Patriots in 2 years.
I mean, the way I see it, though, I went into that game, Jets-Steelers, thinking it was 50-50. I didn't go in with thinking the Jets were the favorite. So that's why I can't really say it's a step back, because I didn't see them as being a sure shot to win that game. I don't see that. And with how bad the Falcons have been, that win looks great if you're just looking at the schedule. But if you look at the paper and in depth, you realize with the way the two teams went into that game, the Jets had a shot of winning.
You know what? The Jets, I mean, absolutely, they really did. But I'm saying if the Jets really wanted to make a push towards it, that's a game you cannot lose. Honestly, with their schedule coming, I'm looking at their schedule.
I think
they got to play your Patriots, then they got to play the Saints in Week 9. Then they have a bye week. Then they got the Bills. The Buffalo Bills are not an easy game at home. They have to go to Buffalo.
Ralph Wilson Stadium is a tough place, but that comeback against the Bengals,
they almost beat today with Thad Lewis playing quarterback.
Exactly.
And then in Week 12 they got the defending champion Ravens. That's a must win. They blew that game.
I think any playoff talk the Jets were having was eliminated with the loss to the Steelers.
Yeah, I think any shot they had to put us, they just lost it right there, I think.
And I think the Steelers just bought themselves a little bit of lax from their fans coming off a bye. They're not going to revolt right now.
Yeah. I mean, and look, I'm obviously not a Jets fan for me, but their schedule really does not get any easier from here. It doesn't get any easy from here. That's if they really wanted to make a playoff push. The AFC is not a great conference this year, honestly, because one wild card team is going to the Broncos or Chiefs, whoever wins that division. That's a fact.
Yep.
So
and that other wild card is really, really up for grabs.
It's really
up
for grabs. I mean, these teams. I mean, like Baltimore's 3-3.
Miami's 4-1, aren't they?
Miami's 3-2.
3-2.
They lost to the Ravens.
Yeah, 3-2.
They had a bye week this past week.
Excuse me.
So, if the Jets needed to make, that's not a game you can lose if you're making a push what they have a good chance at getting that 6th seed if they do win. I think actually, but they blew. That's a big game that they blew.
It is. It is, and Again, Geno Smith didn't look great. They didn't get a running game going. They didn't do anything well, and I don't think they played awful football. I didn't look and say this is unbearable to watch, but they just didn't do anything well.
Yes.
And they were average in all components of the game. They didn't do anything good enough to take that leg up.
See, the Atlanta Falcons have made a lot of quarterbacks look good this year. So that's why I'm not taking anything away from Geno Smith, but Geno Smith has looked great at times this year, and he's looked very mediocre at times.
Yes.
So
it's like 50-50. Haven't they alternated wins losses?
It seems like that.
I think they have, to be honest with you.
They were 1-1, then 2-1, then 3-2, then 3-2, and now they're 3-3. I think that changes this week because I do think they do lose to your New England Patriots.
I surely hope so.
I hope so too, honestly. That is why also, John, I also want to get, before we get into my New York Giants, the Hakeem Nicks trade rumors are really heating up right now.
So let's take a quick short commercial break before we get into New York Giants.
Okay.
So we can get this New York segment done, fully New York. We'll focus on New York Giants, the Hakeem Nicks trade, and the trades for Eli Manning. Quotes, do you trade Eli Manning?
Absolutely not.
We'll get into that right here on WICR.
Oh, yeah.
This is the BS Report with John Stanko and Kevin Bartnett.